The Ride Home Rants podcast is brought to you by Reaper Apparel Company. Reaper Apparel offers a casual line of superb fit, finish, and comfort. We design for those who refuse to die slowly and choose to live untamed. For those who aren't afraid to face the dark, for the ones that thrive in it, and for those who can appreciate life through a grim lens. That's Reaper Apparel Company. Go to the link in the description of this episode, use the promo code Mike Bono, and get 10% off. Also, the Ride Home Rants podcast is brought to you by Tactical Brotherhood, all American-made apparel, which helps support the Second Amendment. You can also find all this in the description of this episode with the link Tactical Brotherhood. Part of every proceed does go to helping veterans. It is a very good cause. All American-made products made right here in Minnesota. Go and check them out. Use the promo code PATRIOT15 to get 15% off your purchase. The Ride Home Rants podcast wants to thank you for listening and let everybody know that we do offer monthly subscriptions to help support the show in other ways other than listening and downloading each episode. What you will get with each subscription is you will get bonus episodes that aren't released to everybody. You will also have a chance to ask me anything each and every month where I will put out a special episode just to answer your questions. You will also get more exclusive content that is not released to everybody. To subscribe to the show, go and click on the link in the description of this episode, and I look forward to your added support and to help us keep this show going. The Ride Home Rants podcast is also brought to you by Buddy's Beard Care. Buddy's Beard Care provides premium men's grooming products at an affordable price. Products are made in Ohio, and Buddy's Beard Care supports local. The majority of our supplies are from other Ohio-based companies. You can find them on social media at Buddy's Beard Care or online at buddysbeardcare.com. Use the promo code BONO15 and he will save you 15%. I've been using these products for a little over 6 months now, and my beard has never felt healthier. It has never grown faster, and according to my wife, it has never felt softer. Also, the Ride Home Rants podcast is brought to you by former guest of the show in Matt Landowski in Sweet Hands Sports. Elevate your game with Sweet Hands Sports. Our sports gloves are designed for champions, providing ultimate grip and durability. Achieve greatness with every match. Choose Sweet Hands Sports for the winning edge. Grip your victory at sweethandsports.com. Use the promo code BONO10 and he will save you 10%. He has sent me a complimentary pair of golf gloves. They are so comfortable, durable, and breathable. You won't find a better pair of gloves out there. Again, sweethandsports.com, promo code BONO10. Lastly, the Ride Home Rants podcast is brought to you by Deemed Fit, a clothing company from first responders for first responders. These products are so comfortable. They look great. They have great messages on them. They are provided to support first responders, especially those who worked through COVID. All of the proceeds are going to helping veterans and first responders with their mental and physical health. This is a great cause. I support anything that has to do with our first responders and our veterans. Again, deemedfit.co, promo code Mike Bono will save you 20%. Now, let's start the show.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Ride Home Rants podcast. This is your special guest host, Fitty, filling in today for Mike Bono on the ones and twos as we bring you the All Things Shopping episode to end the month of January 2026. So last episode of the month, starting out season 6 here in the first month of the new season. Make sure you peep all of our sponsors in the pre-roll and the post-roll, as all are small business owners and they're great supporters of the show. Speaking of great supporters of the show, check out all of our guests on their individual shows on Ride Home Rants over our 6 seasons here, and the Fab Five will introduce themselves shortly. Make sure you're also supporting all your local small businesses, as just as our small businesses support us. Make sure you're supporting them out there as well. So plug for the small businesses as we talk about the All Things Shopping episode. As we go into the show today, you're going to hear a lot of great things about a lot of different topics about shopping. So whether you are a shop till you drop type of person, a shopaholic, or you hate shopping, a little bit of everything in here for you today. So without further ado, I'm going to have the guests introduce themselves, and everyone, I need your name, what you had for dinner tonight, or what you're going to have for dinner tonight, and what is your favorite muffin flavor or flavor of muffin, however you like to word it. So Stephanie, let's start with you.
Okay, thank you, Johnny. So I'm Stephanie Nunley, and today I had for dinner, or I haven't had it yet, but I'm ordering sushi after this, because I'm one of those people, and I just had a taste for it. And then you said my favorite muffin,
Mm-hmm.
Obviously blueberry, because it's far superior than any other muffin. Just saying.
Okay. Andrea.
Hi, I am Andrea Percarato. I had Chick-fil-A for dinner because I didn't feel like cooking. And to piggyback off the blueberry, I agreed, but I like the one that has the cinnamon like crumble on top. That one's good.
Okay. Brandon.
What's going on, everybody? This is Brandon Wiley. For dinner, we had turkey, collard greens, and mashed potatoes. Fire meal, fire meal. My better half made it, so it was with a touch of love. And my favorite muffin is chocolate chip.
Okay. Lando.
What's up? What's up, everyone? This is Matt Lindowski. Just I think I had a little Mississippi pot roast for dinner tonight, and I'm gonna go with chocolate chip also for a muffin.
Okay. And Chris.
Yeah, Chris Marsco. I'm currently eating Taco Bell in between my talking bits, and my muffin choice. I'd probably have to go banana nut. Chocolate chip would be second for me, but I'm a good banana nut muffin guy.
Okay. Very interesting. Tonight for dinner, I had a taco bowl. We made homemade taco bowls last night, so we had leftovers tonight. I also had a nice tomato on the side with some salt and pepper on it. Marinated it, let it soak for like 10 minutes. You know, that Italian part of me really had that go tonight. You know, Andrea's over there shaking her head. You know, the Italian people on the show understand. And then my favorite muffin, I love a good cranberry muffin. Cranberry muffins are awesome. And I had this same discussion with Chris on another episode about cranberry bagels from Giant Eagle. Outstanding. Outstanding. Chris and I had the same conversation a while back on one of the other shows. We're not here to talk about muffins, although we could do a show talking about breakfast food. That could be actually pretty interesting because who doesn't love a good breakfast food topic? But we're going to dive into some questions here. Okay. Stephanie, we're going to start with you on this one, and then we're going to go Andrea, and we're going to go Brandon, Lando, and Chris to round us out as he eats his Taco Bell. You can't buy Taco Bell from these places, but we're going to see which ones you guys like the most. So how would you rank these three stores from your personal favorite to your least favorite to shop at, regardless of whatever you have to buy? Dollar Tree, Family Dollar, Dollar General.
Oh, you already know. Least to favorite?
Favorite to least.
Favorite to least. Dollar General. Probably the other dollar one, and then Dollar Tree is last. I definitely
Okay.
don't like Dollar Tree.
Okay, so Family Dollar is second. Okay,
Yeah.
Andrea, how about you?
I think if I'm getting it right, I like Dollar Tree the most. There's so many things for $1. They moved it up to $1.25 now, but like I've really gotten some nice stuff there, I guess, for like I don't know, random things. I don't really shop much at the other, but like Dollar General, it's not like generally $1. There's like some expensive stuff in there, so that's why I don't like that one. It's sneaky, and then I'll put the other one below that. Dollar Tree for sure, number one.
Okay. Brandon, how about you?
Well, there's a Dollar General everywhere. It's like in your face constantly. So I have literally one down the street. So I'm there quite often. So I got to go Dollar General, Dollar Tree, and Family Dollar.
Okay. Lando?
I'm gonna go Dollar General since there's about 5 in my hometown here, and then I'm gonna go Dollar or Family Dollar, and then what's the other one?
Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree. Yeah, we'll go Dollar Tree last.
Okay. Chris, round us out on this.
Yeah, so I'm in agreement. Dollar General is first. I think they're around a lot. The accessibility from at least where I'm living at. Dollar General's first. Then I'd say Dollar Tree. I agree with Andrea. I feel like that there's actually it kind of fits the name at least nonetheless. And then I put Family Dollar third.
Hmm.
I would go Dollar General, Dollar Tree, and Family Dollar. My reasoning is Dollar Tree has outstanding cards for holidays. And if you have to buy a lot of cards, right, for Christmas or any holiday you celebrate, you can get a lot there for $12, right? You can get like literally 9 for $12. So I do put that second. Not a fan of Family Dollar. Just feel like it's just always messy in there. It's crowded. Like, I don't know, there's boxes in the aisle, like you're falling over something, so I don't really like it. And I love Dollar General. I just love Dollar General. I think you can get great stuff there. You can get vitamins, you can get milk, a case of water, some napkins, and a new Christmas decoration. Like it's a great thing. So I love me a Dollar General.
Hmm.
And whoever is the CEO of Dollar General has made that monopoly and done a great job with it. So,
Yeah.
all right, we're going to move on here to question number 2. Stephanie, going to start with you. If you
Okay.
had to recommend one and only one grocery store that is your go-to for shopping, which grocery store would you recommend for someone to shop at?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I don't know. I'm gonna say Dave's. And the
Dave.
reason is because yeah, Dave's Market, there's just a lot of them in Cleveland. I mean, they're pretty local, they're a family business here in Cleveland. Um, and they're more reasonably priced than like all the other grocery stores. So, well,
Okay.
not all of them, but most of them, like Heinen's and stuff, they're too expensive.
Okay. Andrea, what are you saying?
I feel like I've jumped on the bandwagon of Myers because we just got one in Austin town. But like I feel like it's definitely more expensive, but even for like the Meyer brand stuff, it's still quality and it's cheaper. There's just so many more pros compared to like Walmart or Giant Eagle. So I feel like it's a good middle ground. But before I would have like shamefully said Walmart 100%.
All right, Brandon, what about you?
I love me a good Aldi's run. It's kind of
Hmm.
like my foundation. That's where I jumpstart. But I do have to plug this in. I know you just said one. So a really close to Aldi's for me is Wegmans, and that's because Wegmans is incredible, but Wegmans is extremely expensive. In today's economy, bump that. So Aldi's is definitely the superior store.
Okay. Wegmans is a good store. It's a good store for Erie. I do like when I'm in Erie and I have to get a random something, I'll go into Wegmans. I'll go on that Wegmans off of Peach Street too. So I can go up the street and get gas at the get-go
Yep,
and
that's
go get a
it.
coffee or hit the mall up too. So, I love me a good Wegmans. Lando, what about you? What's that one and only one grocery store that you go to that you would recommend?
I'm gonna go with our hometown grocery store, Sprankles, down here in Leechburg, Pennsylvania, and they have good prices, good meats, all the good stuff. So
Okay. All right, very cool. And Chris, let's round it out with you on this.
So I was originally gonna say Aldi's, but I don't want to duplicate what Brandon said to offer a little variety. So I'm also a big Giant Eagle fan. And you mentioned Get Go earlier. I know Giant Eagle is a little pricey sometimes, but they're consistent and you know what you could find there, and it's a wide variety. So yeah, I'm gonna go the Big Bird, Giant Eagle.
It's funny because the grocery stores we all named, right? Some are big chains and some are smallers, right? And some are more local and regional and stuff. But like the one thing I'll say about Giant Eagle is I don't know if they're actually crazily priced. And here's why I say that, right? Like if you probably look at it like pound for pound on meat or whatever, it's probably all the same. I think where Giant Eagle gets you is the way the store is laid out, right? So like you walk in and you have to go through the bakery and you're like, oh my God, that looks so good. And then you like pass the flowers and you're like, oh, I'm going to buy my significant other flowers. Oh, there's a gigantic toiletry section and there's vitamins and all this stuff. Great. Now I just spent like $50 on that, and now actually let me go into the grocery store. And then wow, there's a million different fillets, to choose from for steak, and there's porterhouse, and there's all this and all that. So I think it's actually just because of the volume that they have and the way they lay it out. I'm pretty sure that's how they get you on spending $400 for, 2 people going to the Giant Eagle. But my favorite store is what was called Menor Family Foods. It's now Menor Fresh Foods. Mom and pop shop around the corner from us. I love it there. I think Stephanie's heard me talk about this place before. It's great. You walk in, they got the oldies playing like the 1950s, 60s, 70s on the loudspeaker. It's always in and out with relative quickness. They've had a ton of people or have a ton of people working there. So it's always stocked. It's super awesome. I just love it there. Got a chance to meet the old owner. He was a fifth generation owner of that business and his family didn't want it. So he ended up selling it on, but really cool place. Love supporting the small businesses. All right. So this one's just for Lando, Marsco, and Brandon. Okay. So guys, if you're going to go buy a brand new TV and you could pick anywhere you wanted to buy this TV from, what store are you picking it from and why? Let's start with you, Lando.
I'm going to go with Sam's Club.
Sam's Club. Okay.
Because I
Sam's
feel
Club
like
does
you can
have
get a
lot of
real
TV.
good, I feel like you can get a real good deal maybe on 2 TVs. Buy them in bulk, so.
You might. And 12 pounds of kitty litter right after that too.
That's
So,
it,
yeah.
man. That's it.
That's funny. Marsco, I know you made you look like you were like, yes, you made the fist pump there. You going with Sam's Club as well?
I thought I had that on wraps. I was like, there's no way either of them are going to say Sam's Club. I'm going to say Sam's Club. I've bought 3 TVs from there in my life. I think the price is great. You got a wide selection. People there typically knowledgeable. That got at least somebody with the TVs knows what they're talking about. If you got any questions, and they got them all on display. They sucker you in again, like you said with Giant Eagle, how they have it laid out. They have it laid out just like you're at a Best Buy or one of those other electronics stores. So I got to go Sam's Club.
Okay. And then Brandon, what are you saying here?
I'm gonna go Walmart. Just kind of the same thing, Like there's always the electronics section when you're walking past, and they have that big TV just right in the aisleway there. It just catches you every time, and I always think to myself, I could use another TV, but then I'm like, but I really? I got like 3 of them. 4 of them. Do I really need another one? But it always tempts me every single time. And it's like a 70-inch and the price is crazy cheap. And I'm like, man, I could really use this. I don't know where I'm going to put it right now, but I could find somewhere.
Okay. It's funny if you guys said that because you just mentioned 2 stores, but yet they're sister stores. So It's like one store. It's like one gigantic monopoly. So whether you're buying it from Walmart or Sam's Club, I'm pretty sure Walton's still getting rich. So that's the bottom line on that. Now, this next question, right? Okay, where it's going to be specific for Brandon and then Chris. All right, so you guys are parents of children at various ages. Now, you both have a little one, but you both have one that's just a little older than that. So whether, regardless, it's grocery shopping or going to the mall or whatever it may be, truthfully, for all the guests on here and for all the listeners out there, how hard is it to go shopping with children, given your experience as parents? Chris, let's start with you.
Extremely challenging because of the unknown. You cannot successfully predict or forecast exactly how the trip's going to go, who's going to throw a tantrum, what they're going to see at the store that's going to set them off one way or another. You feel like you could control it as you get to know your kid a little bit better, but there's so many variables that are just out of your control. So, I love it still because that's what I chose. I think it's a blessing to get to have some of them problems, but it really is a challenge. If you want to test your patience, take young kids shopping with you anywhere, grocery store, mall, like you said, anywhere. It creates different layers of challenges that I don't know. It's like playing Super Mario. Sometimes you need power ups here and there. Hitting a Starbucks or something is a blessing sometimes.
Chris, how old are your kids now?
3 and 1.
Okay. Yep. Now, Brandon, how about you? Because you have 2 kids, right? One's a little bit older and one's a little bit younger, right? So how old are your kids? And then what's the answer to this question?
Yeah. So my son is 8 years old and my daughter is a year old. She's like 15 months. It's same thing like Chris said. It's like rolling the dice. you don't know what it's going to land on. So when you decide to step out and venture out, you're just like, let's go see what happens. Like I have an objective. I know what I need to get to some degree. I'm going to go in and I'm going to try to successfully complete the task. But also what Chris said is it's a blessing, to be able to go with your family to the store and walk around and have those moments. And, even though there's tantrums and my little girl, she's very high strung and she's very boxy. So she's usually the one that's like, you put her in the cart, you set her down, she'll look around for a while, and then she might start freaking out because she wants to get out and run around the whole damn store. So you just never know. Sometimes it's smooth, and you like I said, there's rolling the dice, but nonetheless, it's always a blessing.
For sure, for sure. It made me just think of this when you were saying that. Now, I'm sure probably all of you can attest that we've done this at one time or another. But do you remember like when you'd go shopping with your parents and like you were probably real little and you'd run into the clothes rack and like hide in the middle because they had the circular like clothes racks? Does everybody like remember doing that? Do kids still do that? Do they still run and hide in clothes?
My mom was ready to whoop my behind. I acted like I didn't know her the one time when I was running in and out of them, and people started looking at her. I got bad memories with running in and out of clothes racks. I had to push it to the limit every time, and didn't go good for me when I got home.
Andrea, I'm sure, right? You ran into clothes racks, right? When you were little.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. That was like the highlight of going to the store. Is like, can I get this one? Can my mom find me? Like, heck yeah.
And I feel like because probably we all did that in some way or another, we're all going to get punished one day because we did that because we sent our parents into a panic, probably looking for us. So I remember this, and I remember this from like a commercial. I don't know if anyone remembers this. I think it was like maybe a Bud Light or Miller Lite commercial, but there was like a guy who was shopping with his wife and like he just happened to hear like a noise and he went into like a clothes rack and there was like a guy sitting in there like drinking a beer and watching TV. I don't know if anyone remembers that, but I just remember that commercial like, and I was just always laughing about it when I would think about it because I'm like, man, is there really a guy like hiding in between the clothes like they're like drinking a beer and watching TV in there like when you go shopping? I don't know, maybe so. So Stephanie and Andrea, this question is for you. So better shopping experience, just better shopping experience. Target or Walmart and why? Andrea, let's start with you.
I feel like Target. I don't know. Like, I just feel like it kind of like the way that you described one of the dollar stores. Like every time I go there, there's just pallets of stuff that they need to put away. Like I swear I could go on a Wednesday and there could be everything there. And I go the next day and I'm like, oh, I needed one more of this. And every single item is gone in the thing that I needed.
Mhm.
Every time I find a snack that I like at Walmart, the next, like when I run out and go to buy it again, Walmart no longer carries it. Like I swear it's like perfect timing. So I don't know. I like Target. I think it's cleaner. I think that their app is nice. I know Walmart has one too, but I just feel like I've always had a better experience personally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stephanie?
I think that's like 100% accurate. I would totally agree, except for my like scale of like experience. I want to see the shenanigans. So like going to Walmart, there's never a dull moment. Like whether it's the weirdo who shows up pantsless or like the person who's mad at their job and just decided to stock everything completely wrong. Like I think it's never a dull moment. So I would go with Walmart just for the memes.
You know what? I think like going to Walmart on a Friday night at 9 p.m., like you see some wild stuff in Walmart at 9 p.m. on a Friday night. So if anyone's ever feeling froggy and you want just to go people watch, like you're at like Cedar Point, just go in the Walmart and maybe just sit on a bench in there, just a random bench that they have and just people watch that. So yeah, very interesting. That is for sure. All right, so all of you here, and you kind of brought it up before, but we're going to start with Stephanie on this one. Do you have a membership to either or both Costco and Sam's Club? And if so, which do you prefer?
So this is weird. I do not have a membership, but I have a friend who has a membership. And so I utilize their membership. I love Costco better. We've been to Sam's Club and Costco, but Costco feels better to me.
Okay. Andrea, how about you?
So I don't have a membership either, but I feel like if at any point I got to a point where I had a family and I needed to go buy in bulk, I'd probably go to Sam's. I don't think I have a Costco around here, but like I've had a good experience at Sam's when I have gone with other people, so I'd probably pick Sam's.
Yeah, I forgot you guys don't have a Costco around there. I think your nearest one is like, I think Mayfield.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I
I
think we
think.
used to have a Costco's and now it's a Gordon's. So
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Brandon, how about you?
I have a Sam's Club membership. We don't have a Costco's, so I've never been to a Costco's. So Sam's Club's got to be the default.
Okay. Lando?
I'm gonna go Sam's Club. Not sure if there's a Costco's around in Pittsburgh or I never been to one, but Sam's Club, they have a really good selection of outdoor stuff, so I like going there.
And TVs.
Mm-hmm.
You can buy your TVs in
And the
bulk there,
TVs,
Lando.
yes.
You can buy your TVs in bulk. Chris, how about you?
A Sam's Club membership, but much like you said, kind of biased because there's not a Costco near me. Everything I've ever heard about a Costco is that they are A1, like awesome. So I kind of feel left out of the Costco conversation because I feel like it would be a really strong competitor, but there ain't nothing wrong with the Sam's. I mean, we've kind of highlighted they're versatile. I feel blessed to have one near us, really.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what? I never was like a bulking shopping type of person. Now we went to Sam's Club when I was younger. We used to go to the one in the Niles Howland area. We used to go to that. Now we recently just went to Sam's Club up here. It's been a number of years, but like you forget, like they sell TVs, they sell jewelry, they sell lawn furniture, they sell the biggest 3-pack of chicken you'll ever see in your whole life, like the biggest bag of strawberries, like a case of water that a whole army could drink. Like you forget, like when you're not in one, how much you can get there, for stuff. Like I wanted a 1 loaf of bread. Everything was 2 loaves of bread. What am I going to do with 2 loaves of bread? You know how fast bread goes bad? Like, and you're going to eat 2 loaves. You know how much carbs that is? It's like terrible. It's like terrible.
Agree myself. I bring up the best part. They still do the samples.
They do
There's
the
nothing like going, timing it up, getting a little free lunch, just walking around eating samples.
They do samples. Now, here's the question though, Brandon and Chris, how would you think your kids would behave going into Sam's Club with free samples?
Favorably, because you got something to dangle over their head. I think that's a great scenario to take your family shopping. That's
If it's seafood, my son's in. He's the pickiest eater you'll ever meet, but he'll eat crab legs, all the types of seafood. So if it's a seafood stand, he's in there like swimwear.
Okay. All right. So next one. As we all know, shopping for the holidays can be a hard experience to buy people gifts. And I think it gets harder as we get older, right? With that. So what are your thoughts about giving someone a gift card to the preferred or, favorite store that they have for this holiday gift? Is giving someone a gift card to go shopping really appropriate and heartfelt? Stephanie, let's start with you. You're on mute.
Sorry. So it depends, I would say. I love gift cards personally, but then I also am a big regifter of gift cards. So it's kind of like, oh, this is so nice. Thank you. And then I usually give it to somebody else. But I would say maybe, depending on who the person is. Some people really love them and it's like, sweet, you just saved me a bunch of bucks on some later purchase and I get to pick my own crap versus the other way around. So I would say maybe.
Okay. All right. Andrea, what are your thoughts?
yeah, I agree. I think it's definitely knowing your audience. It's about everybody's perspective. Personally, if somebody gets me anything, I think that's just a nice gesture. But I have a friend that like, if I were to get her a gift card, she'd be like, "Are you for real right now? Like I put a lot of thought into the gift that I got you and you got me a gift card." But me personally, I was like, "Well, I didn't want to get you something you didn't like." So I think it's about perspective, but I love giving a good gift card because I still know you. Like I still know what gift card you like. That's still thoughtful.
Right. And ain't nothing worse than if you're going shopping and you're like, oh, I'm going to buy my friend this shirt. And you get him a shirt and it doesn't fit. I'd rather give you a gift card to get the shirt that fits you without looking like an idiot for getting you the wrong size. That's my thinking behind it.
It's so
But
true.
how how about you, Brandon? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's situational. I like for some people that I know what they like or what they might like. It's intentional. So I mean, I think it's a situational thing. And then, like I said, I have some nieces and goddaughters who are just like, just give me a gift card to Amazon or Target and I'll be good. And that's like the most amazing thing for them. So it just really depends.
Okay. All right. Lando, how about you?
Yeah, everybody's different, and so like I have no problem giving a gift card, you know. So this year was kind of a funny story. You know, we all agreed that we were going to give each other gift cards between the couples and all that. And my brother calls me and he goes, "Don't give me a gift card for Christmas." He was so mad, you know. So I mean, I'm thinking to myself, a gift's a gift, though, you know. So everybody's a little different, you know. So
Okay. Chris, what are you saying about this?
I want to first acknowledge my stance is that I love giving them, I love receiving them because it allows the freedom of choice. Like, hey, I know you enough that I know this is something you'd like to go do that maybe you wouldn't spend the money on, but it's in your interest. And a gift's a gift, like 75 bucks, 75 bucks. Like, I don't, that'll always carry weight. But I also have to be cognizant that it's not as thoughtful as you could get. Like, I'm thinking back to when I was courting my wife to be interested in me, like, probably not a gift card situation. Like, you want to be a little more thoughtful with something like that. So, kind of like what everyone said, you got to know your audience. But I think, especially now that, I have a family of my own and you're in some of these gift exchanges and whatnot still. And it's like, okay, I mean, like, we're at the point now you want something, go out and buy it for yourself. But, I'm in favor of gift cards, giving them and getting them, but time and place, situational.
So here's what I would say too. Now, before when Stephanie and I worked together, we did a white elephant at our place of business, and I gave a Dollar General gift card. And I think I can say, and I don't know if Stephanie would agree or not, that was one of the most sought after gifts in the white elephant exchange was that gift card. And I think Stephanie actually even got it.
I did. It was fabulous. It was the best thing I got the whole time I've ever played that stupid white elephant game. And I totally used it. I bought toiletries and all the cool stuff from Dollar General. I love Dollar General though, so it makes sense. It tracks.
See,
I
so
love it.
there we go. So about talking about gift cards. All right, two questions left. Now, this is going to be a fun question. Now, the beginning of this isn't fun, but the topic itself will be fun. So, as we know, indoor malls are slowly being phased out due to online shopping. Now, that's not fun, but this next part is fun. Now, if you got to oversee an empty mall, you were the manager or owner of an empty mall and money was not an issue, what three stores or businesses or things would you put in that mall to start it out? Now, you got to think malls have a lot of different things. And I mean, you can pick really any of these, right? They have Targets attached, big box stores, movie theaters, Planet Fitnesses, medical facilities now like urgent care and things like that. Churches, community churches are attached to malls now. They have indoor bowling and a lot of different things. So if you were doing this though, and you only could pick three things to go in there, and it could be any of those things or anything I didn't mention, what would you pick? Now I'm gonna let you all think about this, and I'm gonna start out and give this answer. So I'd put a Planet Fitness in there because it's a great way to just fill a space, right? And then you attract people there throughout the day. Second one, I'm gonna put it as a movie theater because I think again that will attract a lot of people there. And then the third one I would put in is I would actually put in like a very nice restaurant, like something people want, right? Not like a McDonald's or a Burger King, but like a Texas Roadhouse. Maybe that's not that nice, or a Lone Star, or something maybe a little bit farther up, so you can generate foot traffic for people wanting to go to eat or go to the movie, spend date night there. maybe even do the Planet Fitness thing as well. Those would be my three things. I actually probably wouldn't even put in any stores. But I'm curious to hear your guys' answer on this. Stephanie, what three things would you put into an empty mall?
I definitely would put a movie theater in the mall. Like, I think that's really cool, and it definitely drives traffic, especially if you get there early, you're waiting, you walk around, you buy other stuff. What I've seen at the last mall that I was in that I also really liked was there's always like those little random stands in the middle that sell like fancy chocolates, like the Dubai chocolates or whatever, and they get me every time. Like, I always wind up buying some sort of little bonbon. So I would definitely make sure those were like peppered throughout. And then I also agree with you too. A restaurant that is like a banger, that maybe like one of those where they make the big flame. What is that, like Asian restaurant where they make the flame and like the guy does all the chopping the food in front of you?
Hibachi?
Yeah, like one of those. I think those would like definitely drive in. I think about like Minner Mall or Great Lakes Mall, and they have like that kind of stuff there. So that really drives in traffic. Plus, I just would just eat at that place all the time and go watch movies. Like, that would be my thing.
Okay. Andrea, what is your answer to this? What three things are you putting in an empty mall?
So, I feel like you said, how they're getting like bigger stores now too. I feel like a Dick's Sporting Goods. I feel like that's always a good option. Like, people are always there. The Dick's is never going to go out of business. There's a need for it, youth to adult. I'm gonna get a little specific with the restaurant, specifically like in the Youngstown area. I don't feel like we have any different like types of restaurants. Like, we have nice restaurants, we have Aquapazzo and whatnot, but like I would put in like a Texas de Brazil, something that's kind of like an experience a little bit. That's not anything that we have down here. And then third, I feel like I would put something that is like another experience. So we just went to Activate in Strongsville recently. I don't know if you heard of that, but it's like a life-size arcade type of game. So you have like these wristbands, and it's like you like go up to the door and you scan it. You can go in and you can play this game. Like, you're in the game as a player. Again, in Youngstown, like, we don't have a lot of stuff like that. So I think that those would be three good things that would work in our mall down here at least.
Okay. All right. Lando, how about you on this?
Um, so I was thinking something along the lines of like a wedding venue,
Mm,
because that would generate a lot of money, right? Consistent money if you're you own the mall, right?
hmm
So maybe something along the lines of like a Dave and Buster's in there. Um, like a maybe like a restaurant, and I'm trying to think, maybe something else. I don't know, like something fun, maybe like a hotel type of deal too, so you can stay there too. So
Okay.
yeah.
All good ideas on that. Chris, what about you on this?
Before I answer, shout out to the Eastwood Mall. It was kind of on life support when I was in high school. Now it's a happening place. Like, when I was in high school, we used to go down the Southern Park Mall, and that was like superior to the Eastwood Mall. And now, being from Warren, right in my backyard, I'm about 5 minutes from the mall where I live, and it's on its way back in a big way. So shout out to the Cafaros and Eastwood Mall. But I'd kind of model what Lando said a little bit, and kind of what they do, like a hotel/event center. I'd kind of view that as one entity, because the hotels have an event center within them. So I'd say having something like that where you could host a wedding or have people overnight, where, going to anything around there is going to be cool, because that's where you're shacked up for that definite period of time. So I'd say the hotel/event center. I'd say a Target, something where, you know, it's it's gonna attract people just because it's a Target. Like, oh my God, you see the Target at the bottom of our hotel? Like, we got to go check it out. For no even specific reason. I think it would have good foot traffic. And then I love the idea Lando had of a Dave and Buster's. It's food, it's fun for the family. You could do it as a date night. Those would be my three. I think you get the most foot traffic out of those, and then they would kind of, foster other things branching off that.
You and
Okay. Brent, how about you? Oh, go ahead, Andrea.
I was going to say, you and Lando should go into business together, because they just put Dave and Buster's in the Eastwood Mall, and they did the Eastwood Hotel and
Oh,
Event Center.
nice.
So that
Yep.
is like part of what I feel like is getting the Eastwood Mall back and bumping. So yeah, you guys should open up a mall together. Maybe take over Central Park Mall in Boardman.
What about you, Brandon?
Nah, Lando, let's get on that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say for sure I'm gonna have a shoe store, like a vast shoe store. I love shoes. I love sneakers. So I want something that you can get nice shoes, dress shoes, just like everything, almost like a Ryers, right? But better than
So,
Ryers.
so Brandon, you know Ryers moved to the Eastwood Mall.
I just heard that. I just heard that. Well, I mean, it was struggling where it was at downtown. I mean, even the shoes were subpar. Like it was not. They weren't getting in a lot of good stuff. That's just
Yeah.
my personal take. So I would do something even better with them. I haven't been in Ryers since they moved to the mall, so I don't know what they got going on. So I can't speak on that. The other thing I would do is a tattoo parlor. I put a tattoo shop in the mall. And then a kids jump park. Jump parks, we have a couple of those here in Erie, and they always are extremely popular. We have one not in the mall here, but it's on the mall grounds, so it's kind of like off. So, but it obviously brings a lot of traffic. But I would put that in. I would put that in my mall.
Okay. And I think those are all great ideas, right? And I think the key, and I was having this discussion with someone, I don't remember who it was, but like I think the key to malls, indoor mall survival is adapting and putting in things like people want. Like it's no longer about like Claire's and Foot Locker and Sears, you know what I mean, and Pennies. Like people don't really care about that stuff anymore. I think you need movie theaters. You need live action games, right? You need putt-putt, you need jump park, you need Dave and Buster's or a hotel attached. Like you need other stuff to drive other people. You need Planet Fitnesses attached. You just need other things, right? You have to really truly be creative because you have to generate regular foot traffic, restaurants, all that stuff. Because as Andrea can probably attest to this, and Chris and Brandon, when you and I were younger, like the Eastwood Mall and the Southern Park Mall were very different malls. And now they flipped and they've become very different malls because one's really adapted and the other one's so adapted. And Stephanie could definitely probably speak of this more. There was a lot of malls in Cleveland at one time. They didn't adapt. And now they have, turned into nothing, literally torn down and they're vacant because they just did not adapt. So I think to be successful in the mall business, you have to just be creative. But is there before we move on to the last topic, any malls anyone wants to shout out as their favorite mall? We'll add this as a bonus question. So Stephanie, any mall you want to shout out as your favorite or anything like that?
So like you said, in Cleveland, there's like hardly any. But again, I would say I usually go out to like Great Lakes Mall or somewhere. There's a mall we go that has a big movie theater in it. Or wait, maybe it's like an outdoor space. Um, we usually go to Pinecrest and just walk around there. It's kind of outdoor mall, so it kind of is a cheat. But they have a movie theater, they have all that ice cream and stuff like that. So I like that. It's fun.
Okay. Andrea, any place you want to shout out in particular for you?
I'll give a shout out to Eastwood Mall, but I do want to say I miss Kahunaville.
Kahunaville was great. Kahunaville was so great. Oh,
That's like the original Dave and Buster's. Like, if you didn't get to experience Kahunaville, I feel bad.
yes, it was awesome. It was definitely awesome. Brandon, any place you want to shout out in particular?
I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it 814. Shout out to Mill Creek Mall. And fun fact about Mill Creek Mall: if you look at the map of the Mill Creek Mall, it's in the shape of a gun. For some of you who may or may not know that, and that was because two families were battling for land and property. One family won, and they designed the mall in the shape of a gun towards the family that lived on the other side. So as a big, fu to them. So, fun fact about the Mill Creek Mall: big mob influence around here. So
That is 100% correct, Brandon. I was going to say that if you didn't. So
yeah,
that is 110% correct. You just look up the picture of the mall itself. Chris, any place you want to shout out in particular?
You mentioned the Eastwood Mall, and I got a lot of family members that work there, and great place. It's really made a comeback. But I'll also give a shout out to the Beechwood Mall. Like if there's a mall we're driving to, like I'm cool making the trip to the Beechwood Mall. There's enough there in the way of, stores that you can't get otherwise, and food options, and I think it's a good bang for your buck if you're within driving distance.
Okay, Lando, round us out on this.
I'm gonna go local, Pittsburgh Mills Mall. Good restaurants. The mall's kind of losing a lot of stores right now, but the restaurants are still keeping it alive, like the Applebee's, Chili's, stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna shout out. I'm gonna shout out because I think I just have to, and I'll say why. I'm going to shout out the Erie Mall, just because every time I go in there, I go into the pet store, and it's like the most awesome experience, no matter how bad your day is, to go see the animals in there. But then if you really think into it a lot, your day gets even worse because there's animals being sold there in that pet store. But we're not thinking about that. But it is a really cool place. You get to see the dogs, play with them. It's a cool experience. That's why I have to shout out that one probably more than anything. All right, guys, we're going to round this out. Chris, did you have something?
Yeah, real quick. I don't know if this counts as a mall, but it's all things shopping. I feel like it was pertinent to say because you kept saying PA places. Grove City Outlets. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
considered a mall. That's another one worth driving to. Like I think that's a pretty cool spot. Unique.
Yeah. Yep. I would agree with you on that. All right. So let's round out the all things shopping episode with this question. We're going to find out how much you guys do of this. So, how much shopping do you truly do online compared to in person? So, Stephanie, let's start with you.
A stupid amount is a one. Like I just like ordering stuff and having it delivered to me like I'm a king or something. I don't know. Um, but yeah, I would say like probably 70% of like stuff I buy is online. I think I got this online. And then the rest of it is like usually from like Burlington or like TJ Maxx or like somewhere like that. So yeah, lots of online shopping though.
Okay. Andrea, how about you?
All right. So I would say I probably shop online 75% of the time, but I want to like challenge the stores because I don't really like buying clothes online, but I do it because I can't find clothes that I like in the stores anymore. So I want to challenge the stores. Like I will totally buy in stores, but I need more of a variety. I can go to any store and get like a t-shirt in any different color, every single different color, but like nothing else. I don't know. I want more variety. And then I would love to shop back in stores.
Okay. All right. Brandon, how about you on this?
It takes a lot for me to go shopping in general. So I mean, when I go, don't get me wrong, I like looking at my fits. For me, I think it's a little 50-50 because especially with clothes, I like going to stores and trying things on. I don't like rolling the dice and kind of guessing what I'm ordering. So the shopping that I do, it's probably a little mixed bag for me. Like I like being in person, and then of course that quick stuff, especially around Christmas when I need some quick gifts and things like that. You'll see my percentage online shopping go up quite significantly.
Okay. Lando?
I gotta say, most of the stuff I buy is I gotta go to the store because I gotta see it. Like if I buy clothes, I gotta try it on. I just gotta see what like I'm buying. You know what I mean? So like I'd say like maybe like 5-10% of what I buy is online. I would say.
Okay. Okay. Chris?
I'm old school. I gotta go see in person. I got real issues. Like I don't get me wrong, I do shop online and I'd say I'm probably a true 50-50 person. I'm hesitant to buy certain things online over a certain dollar amount. I'm just old school like that, but I probably shop in store more than any other person in their early 30s, late 20s around here. Like I just like Lando said, I gotta touch it, I gotta see it, I wanna take a peek at it, look at the apps on it, just like the TVs we talked about. I want to go through what's the home menu like. You can't replace the old shopping experience. There's a convenience that comes with shopping online, but there's a I don't know. There's almost a nostalgia for me going to the store. going to the mall is cool to me. I have fond memories of going with my mom and grandma, and maybe that's why I like it a little more because I'm a nut. But
Sure. No, hey, you know what? Whatever is good for someone is good for them. It doesn't mean it have to be good for the next person. For me, I'm probably like 99% shopping in person, maybe 99.5% for people that know me is probably, you figure it'd probably be that high. Just because like one, like I need to touch stuff, I need to feel stuff. I can't buy clothes online, right? Because I'm gonna order a pair of pants, online. I'm like, oh, great, these are going to fit me. And I put them on. I look like Pee Wee Herman, right? Like, I'm not trying to do all that. Like, I'd rather go in person and, get that. So I'm more about just making it nice and simple and going in person. So that's just kind of how I am with that. So, but that is actually going to do it for this week's episode of the Ride Home Rants podcast. I want to thank all of our guests coming on: Andrea, Brandon, Chris, Matt, and Stephanie. Thank you so much for coming on and talking about all things shopping. We hope everyone enjoyed this episode and can check out some of the places that some of the guests shop at and some of the shout outs that they gave. As always, if you enjoyed the show, be a friend and tell a friend. And if you didn't like the show, tell them anyways, because I bet they like it just because you did it. This is Fiddy signing off, and we'll see you next week.
The Ride Home Rants podcast is brought to you by W Energy. Energy drinks made for gamers, streamers, and podcasters alike. For gamers, streamers, and podcasters alike. Go to the link in the description where you can find the best energy drinks out there. Less caffeine than a cup of coffee. Also, no jitters and no crash afterwards. Use the promo code Mike Bono and get yourself 10% off. Also, the Ride Home Rants podcast is brought to you by my favorite sponsor of the show, and that is Shankit Golf. Golf apparel made for the everyday golfer. We might not go out and shoot a 6 under par. We're probably going to shoot a 6 over par, but this is going to give us the gear that's going to help us rock it on and off of the course. Go to the link in the bio, use the promo code Mike Bono, and get yourself 10% off there as well.